Okay, Rash, we're in. Let's go build you a brand new audience.
You really mean it?
You're damn right I do. Now, where do we find the Dark Queen?
Not where. When? Time travel? No, we'll leave when I've cleaned myself up. Then we're renting turbo bikes, baby! Woohoo! Battletoads Reboot!
In their first entry since 1994, the Battletoads are back and better than ever. Going into this latest release from Delilah Studios, you might expect a rehash of the side-scrolling beat-em-up formula that the series has been known for since 1991, but you'll be in for a treat once you get past the game's first couple levels. The story opens with the Battletoads discovering that they have been trapped in an underground bunker since their last video game outing, reliving their glory days via simulation. After being rescued, they have to get regular jobs and live regular lives, much to their dismay. In order to regain their fame, they seek out the Dark Queen, who they believe is responsible for trapping them. After confronting the Dark Queen, the Battletoads learn that she herself has been trapped. An uneasy alliance is formed, and the four embark on an adventure that will take them through cities, space, a planet inhabited by hippies who worship a tree, and more. Battletoads features a mix of level designs from several classic genres. In addition to classic beat-em-up and turbo bike levels, the game hosts a twin-stick shooter, non-combat platforming, minecart, and straight-up puzzle levels as well. Almost every level contains 5 secret collectibles, with a 6th being awarded either by completing a level in a certain amount of time or with a certain rank, depending on the level. After completing each stage, the player is treated to extensive cutscenes that feel like an after-school cartoon for adults, featuring Rash, Pimple, and Zitz, as well as the Dark Queen and several newcomers. There are 3 difficulties to choose from, with Tadpole being the game's easy mode, Toad being standard, and Battletoad being the hardest. Each difficulty level increases enemy health, damage output, and the respawn times for the Battletoads. Unlike the original 1990s versions of the series, you can freely switch between Rash, Pimple, and Zitz at any time until all 3 are knocked out. Upon dying, you automatically take control of another Battletoad, and a respawn timer starts for the one who died. If all 3 Battletoads fall before one of their respawn timers is up, it's game over. But if you can manage to hang on and wait out the timers, you'll very rarely, if ever, see a game over screen. In combat, each of the Battletoads has their strengths and weaknesses, and there's a surprising level of depth to the combat with all of the different abilities. There are standard attacks, morph attacks, and launcher attacks, but the Toads can also use their tongues to pull in enemies and health pickups. A dodge button has also been introduced, allowing the Battletoads to quickly escape danger and set up fresh combos. Of the 3, Rash is the most balanced, with decent damage output and health pool. Pimple is much slower than Rash and Zitz, but has more health and slower, devastating blows. Zitz is the fastest, but also has the lowest health. His attacks often feature bazookas and construction equipment, such as buzzsaws and jackhammers. The Battletoads are also able to spit wads of gum at enemies, trapping them in place and disabling their attacks for a brief period. Enemy variety throughout the levels is limited yet creative, with 3 to 4 types being introduced in each stage. The Carnival stage features deadly popcorn machines come to life, very angry ice cream vendors, and deadly stuffed animals. The forest stage is infested with maniacal lumberjacks who want nothing more than to cut you down to size. Several enemies feature large area of effect attacks that often utilize the stage, such as electrifying groundwater, making it hazardous to step on. Boss fights are also varied and creative, with each featuring unique mechanics that involve avoiding damage before dealing your own. Despite the level variety and Saturday morning cartoons, the entire experience can be finished in less than 8 hours. Battletoads is fun and feels like a complete adventure with decent replay value, but I was hoping for more. It's hard to explain the feeling that I was left with at the end. I certainly enjoyed the ride, but I was left feeling sad and disappointed having to get off. In addition to the short length, online co-op is conspicuously absent from this latest Battletoads entry. Without a buddy to sit next to you on the couch, the experience has to be gone through completely solo. On the surface, Battletoads is a reboot of an early 90s classic with a similar gameplay style and more accessible difficulty settings. But once you get past the first couple levels of the game, you'll begin to see just how much love and creativity went into the project. There are many different genres of video games packed into Battletoads, and despite none of them being executed perfectly, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's exciting to see a fresh take on a classic, especially with after-school cartoon-like cutscenes tying everything together. Hopefully the next iteration of Battletoads is more fleshed out. If you can look past the short length and lack of online features, I highly recommend picking up Battletoads, and I'm looking forward to what's next from Delilah Studios.
Sounds dramatic. If you're scoping chill spots for self-care, I'm meeting my friends in the meadow to play games. What do you say?
That's awfully nice, but I should be more careful with who I trust.
Hey, I'm the one talking to a guy carrying stuffed animals in public. We both could be psychopaths, man.
I guess you're right.